Well, hey there, it's Jen.
And Elko, welcome back to the Jen and Elko Show, where we talk everything Zazzle, which is a print-on-demand company that we have used to make money online using our creativity to turn it into cash. And I like saying that because, yeah, it changed my life forever. Uh, Even though there's various different ways that we decided to make the money using this platform, we started with our art and with our photography and with our drawings in Jen's case.
Yeah.
But then we switched because we saw even more opportunity to broaden our abilities to make money using this print on demand platform, which is like Etsy, but better. I'm going to say better because you don't have to pay for fees, you don't have to pay for advertising. You get your listings seen. There's a ton more products. It's so much easier. But if all of this is going like, oh, what is going on? I've never even heard of Zazzle. What is this? Just please stay with us. We're going to talk about it, and then hopefully we'll answer all your questions so you can go pop on there after and have a look and change your life.
Yeah, so we're going to dive right into it because, like we said at the title of this, Turn Your Creativity into Cash. Elka and I, we were creative, but not in the sense of like graphic designers, which we had to learn a little bit about when we first started out on the Zazzle platform. But if you are a creative person and maybe you are a watercolor artist, a photographer, graphic designer, or maybe you just like to draw on your spare time, or not. Maybe you also, like ourselves, are creatives, but in a different way. I used to create clothing and fashion and jewelry and purses, but I had this sort of creative itch. And I realized by creating these things, I had a whole bunch of inventory in my house. And at the end of the day, I had more things than I could sell. And how could I still use that passion of mine and have a creative outlet that didn't necessarily need me to use my entire room and host all of these things, and then just gather inventory, right? So if you're a creative person who likes to design, doodle, decorate, whatever, why not get paid for it and get paid for it as well as while you're awake, but also while you're sleeping? Because the cool thing about Zazzle is that you post products for sale, and those products can be bought all around the world. Zazzle is an international platform, and maybe somebody randomly in the middle of the night, your time in Germany, buys one of your products, and you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden you see these email notifications saying you've made a sale. Like, how cool does that feel? I know that when I first started making my money on Zazzle and I woke up to those emails, I was bragging about it to everyone that I could tell, because I said, who else could make money in their sleep, literally?
Yeah. And whether it's when you're sleeping or when you're awake, but it's also years later,
Mm-hmm.
which is
That's true.
another thing that we love is as soon as it sells once, it's always live on the platform as a product. And we've made sales from things that we made in 2010, and we're still making sales on those today in 2025.
Yeah.
And yeah, and as it over that time period, you're just listing a whole bunch more stuff as you doodle and make things up and have fun and design. And then, as Jen said, there's no inventory, there's no risk to you. So the only risk is your time. And if you're having fun doing it anyway, just list it on there and see what happens. And I
Yeah.
know there's a little bit more to it than that. That's why we have a training course, because when Jen and I did it, we struggled because no one taught us initially. We had to design, figure it all out by ourselves. And we do have a strategy now that works really well because others have done it, and just like we've done it with our strategy. But that is maybe not even something you need, right? Like, I'm not always here to sell a course. I'm here to say that if you need help, there's definitely ways to get you selling quicker, faster, and scaling higher than if you just did it on your own. But if you can do it on your own, even better, right? It's just one of these things. The first thing is get the Zazzle bug. Get excited. Have fun being creative on the platform, listing things, enjoying the process, and just being like having fun being creative, and knowing that the potential is out there, that something might sell down the road. And then when it starts to sell and other things start to sell, then you go like, okay, maybe I need some business help, which is when we really pop in. We obviously teach you also how to design and exactly what to make on the platform to truly get the most leverage out of all of the designs that you currently have or think you're going to have posted as a creative. But irrespective of that, Jen and I love the platform just for the sake of being able to be creative without any pressure on us having to sell something, which we still do that. We still design things on the platform just because.
And coming back to that point, like when Elka made the comparison with Etsy, you have to pay for your listings. You have to really do the research before you post something for sale because you're invested with money in it. On Zazzle, you can open up your account and start posting products for sale and open up your store absolutely completely for free. And so you're able to then design and have fun. Your first product might not be absolutely perfect, but that's the beauty of Zazzle, is that you're able to play with the platform, design things, and then just improve your designs going forward.
Yes. And so sometimes, as I did it initially, it was vacation money or fun money to go to the movies because our family was, pretty tight strapped in terms of money. And so it just started slowly. And then only afterwards did I realize, wow, I could make this a 5 to 6 figure consistent profit income business for myself. And that's when I realized I don't have to go back to work. I can just use Zazzle, which is really great. Okay, so Zazzle lets you upload your designs once and earn every time someone buys. Explain that a little bit better, because most people who come from Etsy think that, even our clients ask us that. Do you have to
That
make
was
another
very
product?
It was an interesting comment that we had recently in one of our coaching calls. This person is brand new, just joined our community and our coaching program, and they were confused about the listings on Zazzle. So she asked, okay, well, if somebody buys this product, do I have to then delete that product and make a new product? And I looked at her and I didn't understand what she meant at the beginning because it was just such a foreign question to me. But no, you post your product for sale once. And the beauty of Zazzle is that Zazzle is first of all, print on demand platform, which means that the product isn't made until someone buys it. But then also Zazzle offers a whole bunch of customization. And it's one of the platforms out there with print on demand that you can see the customer sees the customization in real time. So you as the designer or seller are going to create a product that has template fields where they can either change the information or add their own photo, make it personalized. And they are able to take that product that you posted and make it uniquely theirs, which is super cool. So every single product that you actually sell from your base product is going to be completely different compared to the other person who bought that product if you have multiple customers buying the same thing. And so you just upload that product once, and because of this customization option, you can sell it multiple times over and over and over again to different people and have them have a different product outcome because of the way you set it up initially. And so you're able to make this product and sell it over and over again just by making it once, right? And
Plus, there's also other stuff, right? First of all, you can get the customer to transfer the design to a different product. So it's really just how they start out, because you attracted them to your product with that design on it, with those templates and etc. And then they might even like it on 3 other products that they also see that Zazzle sells. And the whole point is that you didn't need to know that these things were something someone wanted. That takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. Instead, Zazzle just offers the options. Do you want to put it on something else? And they do the work, but you still get a royalty, which is awesome.
yeah, I think I have an example. I think I made an ornament once and someone transferred it over to a keychain. And so I didn't make that keychain personally, but I made the ornament. And because they decided to put my design or my templates or my original design onto this keychain, I still made the money from the sale based on the keychain sale price, but I didn't have it in my store. And you can actually see that in the back end of your sales. And what's kind of cool, going above and beyond probably this YouTube video, is then you say, okay, well, this is customer research, because now I know that I didn't personally think about creating a keychain, but somebody out there in the world would love a keychain with this design on it. And so now you can take that information and start building out your product inventory based on customer research, which is kind of cool.
Yes. So many possibilities, and all of this just because you're creative and you have things that people are going to want on a product that you don't even know that they want it on.
Yeah. And the second, or not the second, but the next point is that you don't need to be a pro designer to get started. And the pro designer can mean different things to people. So pro designer being that you're a professional designer, and that you have experience, or pro designer is actually a term on the Zazzle platform based on like how many earnings you have in your account. And you don't have to be at a certain earnings level in order for you to start selling on Zazzle, which doesn't even really make sense itself because you have to start from somewhere, right? But you're able to get started and sell things, and you don't even need to have your whole store completed or over a certain amount of products, because that's also something that people think as well, where they believe that you need to have over like 1,000 products in your store to start to see sales initially. We can never make any income claims, but I'm going to tell you is that you don't need to have that many products in your store to start to see sales. You just have to be very good at researching your, your avatar or your customer who you want to sell to, and also your niche or niche if you're in the United States.
Okay. Yes. Are there any more points? The
And
power
then
of
there's
income.
power of passive income for creatives. Not everyone as a creative knows what passive income is, because like Elke and I, we were creatives originally before we started our career on Zazzle, and we were hustling all the time, right? And you had to go to the, design shows, craft shows, you had to have your stuff in the local store, you had to go down the street and try and talk to people, whatever it may be in terms of selling things. And this was obviously before the internet kind of became the thing it is today, where people are much more comfortable buying online. But even that is that sometimes creatives are still not doing things passively. We have a whole bunch of clients who have come to our program and decided to transfer onto Zazzle because they are their original form of work is being a licensed artist, and so they're always hustling to create new projects and new things. And after that project is done, now that they need more work, right? And it's the next project and the next project. And if you are that type of person who's a creative, and maybe you are contracted by a company to design certain things throughout the year, there's never really an end button or stop, right? You're always on to the next thing after the project is finished, because if not, then the money's gone. And here, Zazzle allows you to create the product once, like I mentioned, and potentially earn money many, many years in the future. And it's passive income. Clearly, the more you build up your inventory, the more possibilities you have for selling throughout the year. But you're able to make that money throughout the year because you've created this store with the things that customers would want and need throughout the entire year.
Yeah. And you made them back in January or something like that, and it's now December and they're still selling. That's the most important part, right? A lot of people go like, "Oh, there's no way that you can have passive income." They have these expectations, and this might not be you, but like generally there are some people out there that have told us otherwise, that they think that, nothing can be passive income. Well, for Jen and I, who haven't worked really on our Zazzle businesses in the last 10 years, it's just constantly paying us out passive income. So sorry, but that's not true. But you have to do the work initially, right? And the sooner you get the work done as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible, then you start to understand that passive income truly can be a thing. And also, it doesn't mean that you have to be somewhere to earn that money. And as Jen said, bringing it back to your original point is, yeah, we used to have to stand somewhere and talk to people and get them to buy and hold something up to them going like, this is what I have to offer. And now it's passively happening all over the world because Zazzle is international. And so someone in Singapore can be looking at my stuff while I'm sleeping, and they might be able to decide on their own without having me be interacting with them that they want to buy XYZ from my store. And actually, because Zazzle handles all the customer service and all the shipping and like before and after customer service, there's really no interaction as much with the customer as you would expect. It's just that makes it passive in itself, right? It's maybe not truly passive where you still have to work on putting some products up in the store. But on the other hand, you can make those up and put those up anytime when it's convenient for you. And then once they're up, they're up. And it's free and then you have like 2.5 years for your listings before they disappear. Or they don't even disappear, they hide them because if it hasn't sold, it's not active. So they're just trying to curate the designs that are up there. But most most of the time you can also play with them and see, should this be back in the marketplace? And you can easily put it back in the marketplace. So much better than Etsy, where you constantly have to pay for listings and you're always worried that you're going to run out of money before you get a sale. And then you also have to pay for ads to get more people to look at your Etsy listings. None of that happens on the Zazzle marketplace. So it is very passive. Yeah.
All right. So to wrap up, are you ready to turn your creativity into something profitable? Well, we have
Yes.
yes, we have some wonderful free downloadables for you, which Elka can mention right now.
Okay. So now that you know about Zazzle, maybe you haven't started on Zazzle and you're like, okay, how does this work? 3-part mini-series will tell you everything you need to know. You just click the link below. It'll tell you how to get started, make your first product, and everything you need. Okay, it's not going to tell you how to make the money, but it's going to tell you how to operate on the Zazzle platform. But if you then want to go deeper and you want to find out what's trending and you want to marry up your creative doodles and designs with how do I sell it to make money because this niche is trending or this niche is trending, then there's 150 trending niche and product downloadable that's already relevant and curated by us for 2025 as the top selling niches that you can just look into and start working from there.
So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.